Hello my friends, for today's beer review we're going to be taking a look at Base Camp Brewing Company's Ripstop Rye Pilsner. So what's up with the can, right? Well, it's for people who are, just because you're roughing it in the wilderness doesn't mean you have to rough it with your beer. It's for people who want to be able to drink craft beer while they're on the go, out adventuring and stuff like that. So basically, you can tell from just everything about this, the can it's a can bottle. It's a 22-ounce metal bomber. I've never seen anything like this before. The entire thing is laid out, as you can see, like a map. It's like a map has been like laid over the can. The name of the brewery is Base Camp, so it's like campy, I guess. And basically, this is so you can put this in your backpack and something like that, and it won't break like a glass bottle would. When you're out camping. You could just bring regular cans with you, but let's see what they have to say about it on the back here. Oh, specifications also. It says 5.7% ABV, which is a moderate ABV. It says Ripstop Rye Pils, or Pilsner. To triumph over mountain, wave, wind, or boulder, you need a good base camp. Your base camp helps you rally your adventurous spirit to conquer the next challenge. Relax and enjoy the moment with this Ripstop Rye Pilsner, our reinterpretation of the classic Pilsner lager beer. Aromas of European malt and noble type hops mingle with a dignified, refreshing, and clean malt character that is further distinguished with a generous addition of spicy rye malt. End result, a beer that is at once malty, zesty, crisp, hoppy, and incredibly drinkable. Equally enjoyable both on the trail and the back deck. Cheers. And now it talks about their bottle design. It says, this bottle is made for adventure. No metal taste. Food grade liner prevents contact. More environmentally friendly than glass. Lighter and more versatile than glass, okay? Protects from light better than glass. That's true. Won't shatter in your backpack or bag. That's true too. And chills beer quicker than glass. And that is true. This is extremely cold. What else does it say here? Check out our website, Base Camp Brewing Company. And at the bottom it says, soak in a mountain river, chill in a snow, cool off in a lake, refrigerate if you have to. Well, I refrigerated mine. I'm roughing it right here in the Great American Indoors. So I don't have much else to say. Really interesting design. I'm going to give them kudos right off the bat for what they're trying to do here. It's a pretty cool idea, I think. So without further ado, I'm just going to be drinking this straight out of a straight-sided pint glass. Let's get the cap off carefully, because I don't have one of these caps yet from Base Camp Brewing Company. Oh, and did I mention this is one of the beers my buddy brought back from his business trip in Portland, Oregon. We're getting really close to the end of those beers now. Okay, the cap is off. Kind of an interesting opening, as you can see. Let's give it a pour. Straight out of the bottle or can. It's kind of a murky golden with just a touch of orange. Probably enough left for another glass. Forms like a third a finger of just white soapy head. Not really many bubbles streaming up to reinforce the head, but I can tell that this beer is not completely filtered. It may be 100% unfiltered even, because there are lots of little sediment and little nuggets of yeast and the like floating around the beer, which is always a good sign, because that usually means it's going to be very flavorful. Into the light, it is incredibly murky, very, very light orangish gold, as you can see. So let's give it a smell. There is a little bit of spiciness to this, but for the most part, it just kind of smells like a beer, if you know what I mean. Yes, it's a little bit malty, it's a little bit hoppy, and it's a little bit spicy, but they're very subdued aromas. The main aroma that takes hold is just that beery beer smell. Like, smell a Corona, a Land Shark, a Miller Lite. Smell those. That's just a beery beer smell, and that's what's dominant in this. Let's hope it's not so much in the taste. But anyway, Let's give it a try. Not bad. Definitely easy drinking. Very sessionable. You've got a pretty generous amount of malts and hops up front. They both kind of hit at the same time, which is interesting. A little bit of a carbonation by up front too, and that lends way into bitterness. Not much sweetness, just a little bit of bitterness in the back. I would say the bitterness is like a it's more like a malty bitterness than a hop bitterness, if you know what I mean by that. It's pretty solid. It's definitely sessionable. I could drink through a few of these, both with the ABV being not too terribly high, as well as the smoothness of it and the flavor. It's not something I would sip on. I would just drink this, you know what I mean? With that being said, I think this would still be a food pairing beer. It'd go great with a burger or a steak, something smoky like that. To drink it standalone with full appreciation in mind, it's once again, it's not like super crazy impressive. Just to drink it for enjoyment, as some people say, you're just thirsty, you want a beer. It's a great beer for that. And you know, I think that's maybe what they're probably conveying anyway, because not too many people are going to go out camping and just straight up connoisseur beer. You know, you just, especially if you're like, maybe around the campfire you might, but if you're like in the middle of a hike or something and you just want something to drink, yeah, I can see it working for that. As far as the rating goes, I was going to give it a 7, but I think I'm going to give it like a 7.6, just because of what they're doing. It's original. You know, maybe if I had seen a lot more of these in the future, if I see some more stuff like this, maybe I won't be lenient and give it that extra little boost of points. But this is the first brewery I've ever seen themed so heavily like this, doing something like this, you know, really pertaining to people who want a good quality beer even when they are out in the middle of nowhere, pretty much is what it seems like they're trying to kind of convey. And that's cool. That's interesting. I haven't seen other places do stuff like that, so I'm comfortable giving it a 7.6 out of 10. It's an alright beer. It would be really good with food, like I said, real smoky meats and stuff like that. But anyway, that has been Basecamp Brewing Company's Ripstop Rye Pilsner. Hope you guys enjoyed the review as always, and stay tuned for the next one.